Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Clouds back again with another video, and as y'all could tell, we are doing a HIE fruit review. For those of you that weren't there for my stream, I did end up getting this magu, and y'all wanted me to eat it on stream. However, I got to get the HIE content done. You know what I'm saying? With the lack of content with GPO, got to take advantage of every bit of content I can. So here we are with the fruit review. We're also doing the webcam today because y'all been asking for more webcam videos / streams. Might as well deliver, guys. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Maybe you'll learn something new about HIE, how to use it or something. Let's get right into it, boys. Okay, guys, getting into the moveset of HIE. HIE doesn't have exactly the best moveset. However, it does have some really good moves. And HIE, something a lot of people really need to know about HIE is it's not a damage fruit, it's a combo fruit. So with HIE, you're gonna be having a lot of stuns, which is going to allow you to do combos and stuff like that. But getting into the first move, Ice Partisan, it is just a little ice move that you throw out. It's really spammable, and it's something you can just throw out pretty much whenever you want. Now, a way to use this, because it's not for damage or stuns really, so it's kind of like a kind of bad move, but a way you can do this is for chip damage. Throw it out sometimes, catch your opponent off guard. And another thing you can do, which a lot of high level HIE players do, throw out Partisan, and as you guys can see right here, you can skate on it. So what a lot of HIE users will do, they'll throw it out in front of you, kind of throw you off guard, and it pretty much allows you to get out of M1s because you're skating around. And this is big brain strats right here, boys. This is big brain strats right here. So Ice Partisan isn't completely useless. It does have some uses. However, it's not the best move. It's all right. Next move, Pheasant Beak, which in my opinion is the best HIE move, hands down. You can see right here. It is a HIE move that has a lot of stun. Oh, I didn't have hockey on. It has a lot of stun, which allows you to pretty much get any barrage off in the game. Party Table, Gravity Frenzy, Rapid Slashes, Rapid Thrust, any barrage in the game. If you land Pheasant Beak, you're able to do that. Now, I wouldn't get too I wouldn't use Pheasant Beak all the time because then it allows you to be predictable. I would use Pheasant Beak if your opponent misses something like a Flame Pillar, like a blatant miss, and you can punish them with this. Another thing you can do is fake out their block. If they're standing block in front of you, you can jump above them and then, you know, throw out Pheasant Beak. And a lot of people actually fall for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when you're up here like this, they let go of their block, you throw out Pheasant Beak, easy barrage. So it's a really good move. You guys can see the stun is actually insane on this. Like, you guys see that? Like, I have enough time to do anything. So the stun is actually kind of insane on that. Third move, which is the most useless move on HIE. Although it is drippy. Like, look at that boy, bro. That's tough. That is tough, bro. Like, look at that. That is clean. It has no real use in PvP. Now, I've seen people like Drag use this to fake out people's block. They throw an Ice Spike, and, you know, the person's just like, what's this guy doing? So he lets go of block, and then, you know, that's a way you can get in their block. But other than that, I mean, like, Ice Spike isn't even really good for mobility because it's really slow. So yeah. Third move, second best move on HIE's moveset, Ice Stomp. You guys can see right here, you can do Ice Stomp into Partisan. You can't do Ice Stomp into Pheasant Beak. That is no longer true. That used to be true, I think, in update 2, but they did nerf that. Ice Stomp is pretty good on damage and has really good stuns. So you can do stuff like this, and then you can pretty much just use Ice Stomp as like a combo ender. One thing you can do if you land Pheasant Beak, just go straight into Ice Stomp. That is not optimal, because if you land a Pheasant Beak, there's so much better stuff you can do for more damage. But that is just one more thing you can do if you don't have the cooldowns for an arena. But yeah, Ice Stomp, it's just a really good move, decent on damage, and it has really long stuns. You know, you could potentially, if you land Ice Stomp against the wall, you can do stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? Now, that wasn't like an insane combo or whatever, but like Ice Stomp is really good if you use it to him against the wall. It allows you to do a lot of things against him. So yeah, there you go. Next move, another terrible move. Every HIE user can kind of agree to this, that Frostblade is kind of a terrible move. The reason this is a terrible move is because you can kind of just get punished for even using it. The thing about Ice Blade is you can block the first 2 hits of it right here, and you have more than enough time to jump and Geppo on the 3rd hit before you can even get hit by it. Another thing is, unless you're like point blank, like right here on Frostblade, it's so easy to see it coming. and you can literally just punish someone for even trying it. Every time, and every HIE user can agree to this, you should never use Frostblade unless you just have the clearest confirm possible. Like if someone just completely misses a flame pillar or completely misses like anything that leaves them stunned for a while, that's when you should go for Frostblade. Otherwise, you're probably just gonna get punished for using it. If you got like a PB or something, maybe you could go for Frostblade if you had no other options, guard break if you have no other options, stuff like that. But other than that, I really wouldn't just throw Frostblade out there. Another situation I would say you could use Frostblade is if you get caught in a bar cage, throw out Frostblade. Other than that, I would say refrain from using this move. It's kind of bad and you just get punished for even using it, to be honest. Every time I've personally used it, other than the situations I said, I get punished for using it. Last move, which is the ult. This is probably one of the worst ults in the game. It's not like terrible, but the thing about this ult is right here. It has long startup time, and if you pay attention to the animations in the game, it gives you like more than enough time just to Geppo twice, which is all it takes just to dodge that ult. Just Geppo twice and you're out of the ult's range. The ult only has like this much of range, like radius as well, so it's like not that much. But if you do land the ult, it is an insane stun. So I would say maybe throw out the ult if you get a PB or guard break and then land it into another combo and whatnot. Otherwise, I would say don't really be using the ult too much in PvP. Most people look down upon people who use ults in PvP anyways. So if you're one of those guys that don't use ults, then you're probably not going to be using it regardless. Anyways, that's the whole HIE moveset. Pretty decent moveset overall. As you guys see, it's a trend, you know, built around stuns, which is why I said earlier, HIE is a combo fruit, not a damage fruit. Anyways, let's get into the gameplay / tips. I actually went over a lot of tips without realizing it while going over the moveset. But getting to some tips and gameplay. First tips I would give is HIE can be good with either Blackleg or Rokushiki, so go with what you prefer. In my opinion, Blackleg is a little bit better because it is more geared towards HIE with the block breaks available and the combo potential, such as party table, but it's up to you whether you want to go for. Weapons, I would say it works best with, if you have Mink, definitely go with Golden Pole. If you guys seen my video, there's a easy infinite combo that you can use with Mink, Golden Pole, HIE. However, if you don't want to go for the infinite combo, just having Golden Pole really helps HIE out in general, so it is very solid to go for. Elo Hammer is really good with HIE Blackleg as well, due to having those block breaks and Pounding Festival. You can go with something like Pound Festival and one into Collier, as well as having Elo Smash is really good as well. I think I said Trident already, but yeah, Trident is really just good for anything in PvP based. So yeah, those are really good. Most of the tips I already went over. Don't be too predictable with Stomp. Kind of use Stomp as like a Punisher type of thing. Like if you see someone miss a move, go for Stomp or Ice Blade. Pheasant as well, you want to use Pheasant. As you guys see right here, I did do the Golden Pole method into Pheasant, which because of the stun you're able to get a Pheasant easily. You can see right here I also punished him for missing Flame Pillar with Stomp. So this is kind of how you want to play HIE. Since it is a combo fruit, you kind of want to base your playstyle off of punishing your opponent. Going for those Pheasant punishes will really get you the combos you're looking for. You can also be really aggressive with HIE as well. It's just you can get punished for trying to be too aggressive if they predict what you're going to do. You guys can see right there, I also punished him for just M1ing randomly with the Ice Stomp. Like this is, like I said guys, this is pretty much how you have to play HIE, you know what I'm saying? Reactive. I tried going for ult right here. I really don't know why I did. I was kind of dumb. Don't do that just randomly. You'll get punished for it every time, which is why I said in the beginning, going over the moveset, the ult isn't all that great. But yeah, not really much tips I can give for HIE, like other than what I've already given. Like if you're using it with Blackleg, just play more patient, hold block more, react to your opponents and punish them for missing. If you land stuff like this, like I did right there, you know what I'm saying, with the Golden Pole stuff, it's easy combo damage, you know what I'm saying? So you really want to base your playstyle off of reacting to your opponent. Don't just throw stuff out at random, because with HIE, you'll really get punished for throwing stuff out at random. I really just recommend you play it more patient. Don't really spam too much. It doesn't really work well with HIE. This only worked just because he was using Hiken at the time and he was so low to where he couldn't dodge. Anyways, let's get into the pros and cons part. I didn't have much to say on tips and tricks because I already went over a bunch. So yeah, let's get into the next section of this, guys. Okay guys, now we get into the pros and cons part of HIE. There are some decent amount of pros that we're going to go over. So getting into it first, I think HIE has a really good punish game. Every one of these moves having high stun allows you to punish anyone for missing anything heavily. You land a single pheasant beak with the golden pull combo, that could be the difference between winning or losing a game, you know what I'm saying? So this has a really high punishing game. Another thing is water walk. It does have, you know, that is something nice to have, not maybe for PvP so much, but sometimes if you're in a private server, it helps not drowning. Another thing, and an underrated thing with HIE, is its mobility. Having the skating mechanic is honestly really underrated, and it really does help sometimes, being able to just literally skate you out of M1s. Having the skating on, you know, Ice Partisan, Pheasant Beak is pretty nice. You know, obviously, as I said earlier, people like Drag who use Ice Bike to fake out block. This is something nice as well, and a bit underrated, but if you're a good HIE user, you know, you'll take advantage of that stuff. Another pro, very low stamina drain. HIE literally takes like no stamina for any of the moves that you're going to be using consistently, so this allows you to be very flexible with your builds and not have to worry too much about stamina. Another thing is this does have hyper armor in some of the moves, which really does help, so that is another good pro as well. Combo potential, I mean, it's combo fruit, so it's literally everything's just based about combos, but that is a pro, you know what I'm saying? High combo fruit. I can't really think of any other like groundbreaking pros at the moment. Maybe flexibility with, you know, being able to use any real fighting style you want. I mean, this is good with Rokushiki or Blackleg, which is the main two fighting styles that everyone uses. So flexibility with this fruit. It is decent for PvP and grinding. No, it's really good for PvP, decent for grinding. My bad for the confusion. Now let's get into some of the cons, which there are not very many cons. However, I guess you can consider some of these a con. One, low damage. It is a combo fruit, so it's not meant for damage in the first place, but some people may consider that a con. Two, pretty much all ground-based moves. Ground-based, you're not gonna be able to hit anyone in the air with Partisan. It's gonna be very difficult to hit anyone in the air with Pheasant Beak. Frostblade, it's weird because sometimes you'll aim it up in the air and it won't go in the air, but sometimes it does. It's weird, like sometimes it just doesn't work in the air, sometimes it does, but I would not rely on Frostblade as an aerial move, which is literally the only aerial move in HIE's moveset. Next move, Ice Age, also another ground-based move. So HIE will really struggle against someone who spams and runs because you have all ground-based moves. So it's like, it's a little difficult to catch someone in the air that's like, you know, constantly Geppo spamming and whatnot. So HIE definitely does struggle with that. So low damage, all ground-based moves, you know, struggles against runners and spammers, you know. I guess you could argue that some of the move sets in HIE is actually kind of useless, such as like Ice Bike, Ice Partisan, and, you know, Frostblade could be replaced. I mean, you know, yeah, that's pretty much most of the cons that I can point out. Other than that, HIE is really solid all around. Yeah, I really recommend eating this fruit. If you guys haven't tried it out, even though it has really low value, I really think this is an underrated fruit PvP. It is starting to get a lot more attention now because of Drag, but yeah, this is still, in my opinion, a decently underrated fruit. Yeah, that's pretty much most of the pros and cons. Let's get into the conclusion now. Okay guys, so now we get into the last part of this fruit review, the conclusion. And I mean, what I would give it on a rating, I would probably give this a 7 out of 10 for an overall rating, 8 or 9 out of 10 for a PvP rating. The reason I gave it a 7 out of 10 for an overall rating is because if you are heavy on grinding, this is definitely not a fruit to eat. This is only a fruit to eat if you are heavy on PvP. This is only all right for grinding. In fact, I would say it's kind of for grinding. You know, my personal experience in dungeons, it's only been all right. Like, yeah, I can do it, but it's not a great experience. But overall in PvP, this is a really fun fruit. I have to say, this is probably like one of the funnest fruits I've played in PvP. It's very nice, you know what I'm saying? Has very solid moves to support in PvP as well. So yeah, if you're really heavy on PvP, definitely give this fruit a try, I would say. But if you're really heavy on grinding, do not eat this fruit. That's going to be all for me on this video. My next fruit I'm going to eat is Magu. I want to experiment with Magu, and it makes sense to eat Magu since update should be dropping within the next week. I need a grinding fruit to level up when the update comes out, so it makes sense. But yeah, look forward to the Magu content coming soon. I'm going to be experimenting some builds with Magu. So yeah, anyways, it's been your boy Clouds. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.